watch this protest happen there on the streets of Chicago, where they have shut down the entrance to the Citadel hedge fund run by billionaire Ken Griffin. People are trying to get out of the building. They can't get out of the building because protesters have blocked off that entrance. I'm joined by Fox News contributor Leslie Marshall and former Republican Congressman Joe Marsh as we watch all of this. And, you know, this is clearly, Leslie, a big theme in this election. I mean, I think this frustration that Americans feel, the middle class, poor Americans, as they watch a growing gap between the haves and have-nots. This is what's playing out when we see that anger there in America, and one of the reasons why both Donald Trump has been successful and Bernie Sanders has been successful. Would you agree?
I agree with you, which is strange because Donald Trump is one of those rich people they're angry with. And it could be argued that Senator Sanders is to a certain degree. But these are two they view as Washington outsiders who they feel are going to care about the middle and lower income families who haven't had wages really increase since 1997, and who look back historically in this country at the tax credits and the subsidies of the rich not being reinvested in this country with job growth, with purchase of goods, with products of bringing jobs back from overseas and continuing to ship jobs overseas. You know, almost a year to this day, we saw protests like this in Illinois, at the Capitol in the state of Illinois. And now we're seeing this here again almost a year later in Chicago. I think we're going to continue to see protests like this and hear this message resonate all through the election.
Yeah, Joe, it's a message that has caught on for sure. But, you know, let's not forget, half the country right now pays no tax at all. The wealthy are paying the majority of taxes. I mean, when you think about it in the way of tax policy, you just wonder, isn't there a better way? I mean, can't we be allocating funds more appropriately in a better fashion so that the money government does have, government spends in a way that helps the middle class?
Trish, here's what I'm thinking right now. Look, I think Donald Trump, on paper, is going to have a difficult time beating Hillary Clinton. But we continue to see protests like this. This is only going to help Mr. Trump. I'll bet you most of the people out there have no idea what they're protesting. They're unemployed idiots. I mean, think about this, Trish. I'm in bankrupt Chicago, which is in bankrupt Illinois. Protests like this are going to get more people the heck out of this state.
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe they don't fully understand what they're protesting.
They don't.
But they understand something's wrong right now, because they understand that in the last 20 years, Americans haven't gotten a raise. They understand that when the government tries to tell us that 5% unemployment is great and we should all be happy, that that's not true, that that's not right, because maybe they don't have a job, maybe their family members don't have a job, maybe their neighbors don't have a job. So they're pushing back on this idea that, you know, the administration is saying the economy's on the right trajectory, and they want to blame someone, right? I mean,
Trish,
part of politics is finding that person to blame, and in this case, it's the rich.
They've been told to blame someone. I truly don't believe they have any clue as to what they're really advocating. Again, I continue to say this. People leave Illinois faster than out of any other state in the country. People leave the city of Chicago faster than out of any other metropolitan area in the country. And protests like this are only going to drive more taxpayers the hell out of Chicago and Illinois.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna stay on this theme here, though, because I think the economy is the #1 issue in this election, and this is the reason why outsiders are seeing success. Americans are feeling the pinch. It hurts, and they want change. Leslie, Congressman Walsh, I'm going to see you guys in a bit.